Hullo Family, welcome to Carolliving. We are still talking about purpose partnership. We are still talking about the way we show up. But this time we're going to go into the career growth. When a person says I'm pursuing career, many ladies are misunderstood when they desire to pursue career. They're demonized for it. It's very difficult to career. What is that? Get married, you get babies, show up in society as a wholesome. Recently she's been telling me she's in sick with pursuing her career and improving parts of her life. High income, sente. She's learning to grow her money and saying, hey, I want to live a certain lifestyle, and for me to be able to achieve this, I need to put also this before. So the question is, how are you not misunderstood? Like, how do you ensure like these things that you're pursuing are not misunderstood as there's a big relationship katalia watugamba career growth?
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Of course some people will say because viganye, maybe because vamcha, all that doesn't matter to me because I know the truth. I know what I want. Like, I don't let people decide for me what I want.
Yes.
One thing I want to thank God is that I have very supportive family members from my parents, siblings, and also friends around me. I don't feel any pressure from any angle of my life. So if I sit them down and I'm like, hey, I think I want to pursue this, guys, I need your support in this area, and they're like, okay. Sometimes of course they ask questions, why is that going to lead you, and all that. So I try to explain to them, I'm like, okay, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be instant, but it's a work in progress. But I feel that's where my heart is, and it's what I want to pursue and focus on.
So what do you want to do exactly? Like, I know you've said hallmarks, that is a work in progress. What are you adding to that? School, CPDs, what?
I'm doing school, I'm doing CPDs, and I'm also outsourcing for work outside there to grow, because as I go back to school, as I also continue in CPDs, I also need work to showcase my skills that I've really gotten from my previous education and work experiences.
So you're shopping for work. How do you shop for work? Like the mechanics of it. How are you shopping for more work?
Basically, it's been friends. Friends have really helped me a lot. I have flyers. We have business flyers. So we share our business flyers online. I post them on my status. I inbox them to my friends. I tell them, hey, I'm into hallmarks. This is what we do, ABC. And some guys would be like, but I'm seeing accounting services. You didn't do accounting. I'm like, it doesn't mean that you must do everything by yourself. So I'm like, I have a partner who is also so passionate about this whole thing, and we are running it together to make sure it's successful. And I really want to thank God that my partner understood my career path, because he's so supportive. Whenever I'm like, okay, there's this and this, he's like, do you think it will help hallmarks in any way or that? So wherever I project the importance of what I'm pursuing in line with hallmarks, there is no hesitation in support to pursue whatever I want to pursue. Of course, I also need money. Career growth comes, it comes with money, because I need to be able to live, like Carol said, the lifestyle I want. I do not want to over depend on people. I'm assuming I want to go out and have a milkshake. I'm not gonna call my friends, my parents, say I want to have a milkshake. I'm gonna foot that bill. I also need to be able to provide for my family in future. Like to have that perfect life that you would really want, anyone would really want their family to have, and that can only be done when you really have that money. And doesn't mean that I'm gonna demean the man in my life. No, really.
There's a big disclaimer.
Because most people get threatened. They're like, that lady, because at one point someone told me, ogenda kungamba nti oyagala kumala kufuuka manager before you settle. It's not about me being a manager and all that, but you envision what you want to see in future and you focus on that.
I think it's beautiful to watch. Anyone who knows me knows I am wowed by people who are pursuing things that you empower yourself to be a better human being for the world. And in the world where you're a service person you serve, or you're a mom, or your sister, or I think as a better human being, you'll always empower yourself to go for it. So what can you tell your 24-year-old self you would have done different?
Wow, it's quite a lot. I think I rushed into a relationship. And you know that when you're at that age, you're like, wow, I think I'm ready, you know. You just feel you're ready, and you know that age is that something about 20, something about 24 that I really need to do a study about. You feel you're ready, you feel you can conquer the world through your relationship. Yeah, you just feel like it's just the two of you against the whole world and all that. Yeah. I felt I rushed. And I felt if I'm to be 24, which is not possible anyway, I would have pursued my career during that time, like maybe up to my 30, then maybe I start focusing on these other things that I rushed to focus onto in my 20s.
I understand. I kind of borrow a little. Well, your career means different things to different people, and I always say it's never too late. The fact that you want to focus on it, it's you never know. God wanted you to pass through the paths, make the ways, and make you stronger. You never know. You cannot say yes. Of course, in our world, I think 24. There was a time when 24 was like, oh my God, you're supposed to be married at that point. Like I feel like culture is changing now. It's I think like what 32. Now it's 32. But there's an age right now whereby you reach like
has no age.
You're late now. After people like there is always that culturally accepted age. But either way, I always say even even as you wait, what stops you pursuing things that empower you even as you wait? Because you're waiting anyway. It's not like somebody's there and like has proposed to you and you say no, not really. So if you're in your waiting season, there's a book about being single very fruitfully. I think I don't know. It's not a John by now. It's one of the big writers, a big name. I know I've read it from the shelves. Those are the books I go to the restaurant and just read them and put them back sometimes. Aristotle, forgive me. But like it's waiting, like being fruitfully single, like being single. Because now when you're single, you can pursue a lot. Nothing holds you back. So being fruitful in the season, knowing when I get into maybe a relationship or a marriage or a commitment space, I won't have the liberties. So it's good. Like I'm going to use all the freedoms I have right now to. So to the young, I say try to know what you want early. Ask the questions, ask the mentorship. Hallmarks are mentoring people right over here. Young, old, please come so that you can be mentored how to make sure you know your calling or your service, like what you will pursue in time.
So the other thing, Carol, what I want to share with our audience out there. Like the choice I made to pursue my career doesn't mean that maybe I don't have someone in my life or I'm not interested in the relationship or settling down. It's just that I do not want to suffocate that person, because it takes commitment, because I want to be fully in when I'm ready to fully settle. I want to be fully in. I do not want to always assume the other person will understand that, maybe he understands I'm pursuing this and all that. I'll be pushing that person to look out. So I want to pursue my career because it's the big thing for me now. Then maybe after about 3 years, I can start thinking about settling with a partner, because maybe I will be able to fully commit myself into the relationship than I am currently now. I don't want to suffocate the person in the relationship because it won't balance.
I'm going to use your words against you, and you'll allow me. Why do you think, and maybe it speaks to the cultural biases, to society biases. I was listening to a talk. She's called Nancy Bell. She's a big time talk about purpose partnerships as well. She encourages us a lot. And she said when she met her husband now, one of the reasons he passed, and she was in her 20s, she married, I think late 20s, 29, 30. But she said one of her biggest things that he was willing to support her dream. Like he just passed by supporting her dream, whereby like, okay, what are you doing now? Okay, let's date. When we are ready and you have space, we'll get married.
Of course,
get me. And when they got married, they didn't rush to have babies. Like, let's first figure out career, all of us to change then. Of course, you would say those are bazungu. But what stops you from being the same?
Even here, it's there. Though it really takes a lot for the two of you to agree to focus on your career, because I think it's the mindset, People have that mindset, okay, once you get married, it's about babies, taking care of your husband, making sure the home is clean, the home is organized, And it's a few that you can really get currently that are really in line with what you're trying to pursue. Who will say that, okay, Karen, you know what, let's first focus on our careers. I also need to grow in this area. I'll wait for you when you're ready. it's rare to, you know, to find a man in the waiting. It's rare.
Simon, comment.
Yeah, it's rare.
We need to look after the man. What is this looking after the man?
Yeah, once the man is ready to settle, for him is ready. Togenda mugamba ate simanya nkyakola masters, simanya I'm pursuing this. They're not going to understand that. They'll see you as a joker. Like, like she's playing games. She has someone else. You know, they always attribute it to that. But, you know, it takes a lot. The two of you have to agree. That's why I'm like, okay, I need 3 years from now to fully commit myself. Of course, I have someone is out there.
And they are looking on, they're like, she's not acknowledging my existence. No, I get it.
Yes, I hear you, I feel you, I love you. He's out there and he's very supportive of everything that I do. He's so intentional about my growth and all that. And
but to settle, it has
it has to really wait for 3 years. If you can wait for me, I'll be glad that
he has had. Actually, now the one thing I know is that culturally, I just think we have so many opportunities we don't take advantage of. I know so many guys who would support my lady to do many things as long as it's an agreeable. Because of course you can't do this when often it's difficult when you have a baby to do certain things. But I feel like you can do the relationship and do career growth if it's intentional. Because if you're all growing, at point he's also pursuing things of growth as well, or pursuing business or financial growth. And I don't know whether it's healthy to presume you have to be the one that, you know, I'll look after them and look after. Nurturing is important. But I am uncomfortable. For me, it's an evolving conversation. I feel like it will be edified by the conversations you have with your person, whether you can pursue or what to pursue, even as you're in that space. We could go on and
maybe
on.
We shall have a gentleman to share with us next time. Also, when you engage ladies out there and all that, some men feel threatened that their ladies, their wives, their women are really advancing in career.
Yes.
You know, they're earning more money and all that, so they kind of feel threatened and they would want to pull back the woman. So I just need to understand, why do they feel that way? So maybe next time we shall have a gentleman with us too.
I will answer you halfway that answer. We had Richard here. Hi, Richard. We had him here and we asked that question. Should there be always adversarial relationship whereby she's getting more money, no, she cannot champ it at all. He said, you know, it is toxicity and unhealthy insecurities.
Yeah, exactly.
Unhealthy. They are literally unhealthy. They are not. I believe that everybody has. You could maybe jealous. You could be jealous, but there are levels and the bounds where beyond it you are really you have your own growth issues to work through.
You are witch. That's what my pastor said. Yes, that you are witch.
Because I feel like insecurity is a real thing. I know they always say that different genders have different things that affect them in an exaggerated manner. I think that insecurity is such a weak point for very many gentlemen, and I know that very many gentlemen have been raised in very secure environments, great upbringing and everything. But sometimes I feel like the thought. What I asked one of my friends, why is the thought that, you know, you might be taken, or you will supersede me to like, why is the thought so much among guys?
To work as a team, eh? Yeah.
And he told me, you know what, we don't always win. And I understood him, like, we are not always winning in society. Like a guy like what a lady can get in like few, a guy applies so much. So their wins are fewer
compared to
you get me to ours. So you find that for us we are used to yeses, very many yeses. Like a lady, you know, he exemplified. I said, you know, a lady can decide to have any guy she wants. She can make that decision. I am going to have that guy. And she will go.
Yeah, true.
And she will not even do much, like pick him up, but she will make sure she position herself. But you know, a guy can just like, oh my god, I'm lucky I got Yvonne. Now I don't want to lose.
Yeah. And there's some other guy who will be like, again.
Yeah. So exactly, but that's a toxic space. Like if you I always say I think we should stand in relationship. We should stand to protect, not to lose.
Exactly.
We should protect, not to lose. I feel like it takes a lot of work.
We should really.
It takes a lot of work to relate, grow a relationship. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you have a great relationship, please edify it, affirm it, support it to grow and be nurtured into something. And if you're insecure, there are solutions to that as well. Address it. Don't stifle it. Address insecurity. It breaks good relationships.
Yeah, that's
and you're enough. Let me affirm to you in that camera. You are enough, and you are worthy.
And I'm also enough.
Yes, she's also enough, and she's worthy.
Yeah, so
yes, and just know if somebody has chosen you, they have purposefully placed you on that mini throne to be the person in their lives. So you're worthy. I feel like, or maybe we should do edification in a relationship more. Just edify more. Someone like, hey, you should have done it. I know, for me, look at me like you should have done it. But I say I am a big time on affirming. I always feel like we do not shine when we pull down people. We shine better when we affirm and uplift.
And uplift others.
Affirm and uplift others. Celebrate them. Celebrate their wins.
Yeah, exactly.
And address any insecurities we may have around them. Address them. Say, I feel insecure. I don't know. Maybe let's talk about it. But address it. If you need psychosocial help, it's also out there. There is pastors to talk to, is counselors to talk to, prayer spaces. There is a lot to get the help. So please address it. So
that's why I love my friends out there who are watching the Carolliving channel, giving me feedback on how we are growing together. Yeah. So big up to you, Maria, Zakie, Marion, and everyone out there watching us and giving us all the lights.
Thank you for keeping it at Carolliving. Yeah. My sisters, my siblings, my friends, the fans. There are so many. By the one of these days, I'm going to keep it as a surprise. We're going to do something that we do a whole thing that celebrates the most outstanding fans. So Maria and everybody was being mentioned. Keep it at Carolliving.